Well, my name is Kale Ekenrod, and my story of how I met Christ starts in Northwest Iowa. I was born in Rock Rapids, Iowa, which is in, like, if you can figure out the furthest corner, northwest corner in Iowa, that's where Rock Rapids is. Up 10 minutes from Minnesota, 10 minutes from South Dakota, right in Iowa. Um, and if you know anything about Northwest Iowa, it's very Dutch Reformed. And so I grew up going to a First Reformed church. And while people took their faith seriously, it did feel more like a cultural Christianity than a genuine, authentic Christianity. So I grew up going to church because it felt like more of the culture around me did that rather than because I wanted to, because my parents wanted to, because they really loved Jesus and were radically following him. So while I grew up sort of in a Christian household, I didn't really know what it meant to follow him, to deny myself and take my cross daily, um, and follow Jesus. So grew up in Northwest Iowa, and that also means like my story with Christ really starts with a crisis. When I was in seventh grade, I was introduced to pornography at a state track meet. My friends and I were in a hotel room, and they showed me how to look up pornography, and that led me down a dark hole of me being addicted to porn. So daily watching pornography, and that led me to a really dark place in my life where I was super insecure about myself, and all I thought of, like, do people know? If people really knew who I was, they would think I'm a terrible, awful person. And so I felt really worthless. I felt very insecure, and all I cared about was what do people think of me? And that led to domineering and bullying, specifically one guy. Um, I made sure that I was one step higher than him on the totem pole of popularity. And so I would bully him, I talk behind his back, make sure that others liked me more than they liked him. Crazy thing was, me and the guy that I was bullying, we had gone to church camp together for the past couple of years. He still invited me that year to go to church camp. And when I was there, I heard the gospel, heard Jesus Christ crucified, and that he would take the forgiveness of my sins. And so I felt freedom. I felt no guilt or shame because Jesus has paid the price for my pornography addiction, for my bullying. And he caused me to be born again that weekend and to radically change the rest of my life. And so that happened in seventh grade, and I came back and I was a new person. I remember a couple of years later at youth group, I was telling this story, and someone said, like, I saw that in you. I saw you change when I was a junior in high school. They said, I saw a change in you when you were in seventh grade going into eighth grade. You were a different person, all to the glory of Christ. And so I was a changed person. And the life after Christ, that change was, I went from domineering and bullying to, like, I actually cared about people. I was still really insecure in high school, and when I went to college, I brought that with me. And all I cared about was, what do people think of me? And so my sophomore year of college, it just felt like I wasn't making any friends, and it felt like I couldn't be myself, um, and I felt really stupid, and then I read in Proverbs 30 verse 2, it says, I am too stupid to be a man. And I thought, someone in Proverbs who wrote Proverbs can say that. I can say it's okay to be stupid and look stupid. And for some reason, that really freed me to stop caring and looking at myself, like all the flaws that I have. Start looking at Jesus. Start looking at how good he is. Yeah, I'm stupid. Accept that. Now I can follow Jesus. So the insecurity at that point was really high, and that verse sort of mellowed me out a little bit. Still a lifelong process of me learning to care more of what does Jesus think than being man-centered, having my mind here on earth. And with pornography, still an issue in high school, still an issue in college, until I started meeting with someone, a person who discipled me my junior and senior year of college. And it took me confessing every single week for months, to this person, and for them to yell at me, tell me to get my act together, but also show me grace, show me mercy, point me to the cross. Through months of me confessing that I finally became free. and found healing in Jesus, in confession, through prayer. And so that's been my life after Christ. Obviously, some other big things. I got married. I have a son. Those things that led me into holiness. I'm living on mission with Christ. I'm a youth pastor at church. And so there's a lot of things that are going on, but those are the main areas of my life after Christ. Thanks for listening.